This is question 10 from the AQA Level 3 Mathematical Studies exam, paper 1, 2021. We've got some information about a loan here. The APR is 20.5%, and Lucy is going to pay back the loan in 2 equal instalments, one at the end of the first year and the second one at the end of 2 years. And we're asked to work out the amount of each instalment using the APR formula from the formula sheet. So I've got a copy of the formula sheet from the website here, and I'm just going to zoom in on that APR formula. Okay. So this sigma part means that we're going to add up a series of fractions. M is the number of repayments, so we're going to have one fraction for each payment. In the top of the fraction, this AK is the amount of the kth repayment. In the bottom we've got I, which is the APR expressed as a decimal. And we also have TK, which is the time in years between the start of the loan and the repayment. Okay, so let's start figuring out what we can from the question. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so C is the amount of the loan. So C is this 1,200 that she wants to borrow. A is the amount of each instalment. We don't know what that is. But we do know that the two instalments are the same. The first time is 1 year and the second time is 2 years. And I is the APR as a decimal, so I'm going to get 20.5% and change it into a decimal by dividing by 100. And that is 0.205 for I. Okay, we've figured out some things. Let's combine them in that formula again. So, we've got two fractions. I'm going to set up my two fractions. Both of them have the same repayment. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to use the letter A for that. In the bottom of the fraction, I have 1 plus I. After the first year, the time is 1, and after the second year, the time is 2. At the moment, this is an equation because there's no equals, so we should put in an equals. C is £1,200. Okay, so now this is an equation. There's only one unknown. We can solve it. In order to make it a bit simpler, what I'm going to do is I'm going to notice that A is a common factor for these fractions, and I'm going to take out that common factor of A as my first move. So now I've factorised this bit in the bracket. Looks ugly, but it's totally the kind of thing I could work out on my calculator. And that is in fact what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to grab my calculator and I'm going to work out the part that is in the bracket. So 1 over brackets 1 plus 0.205 to the power of 1. And go sideways until the cursor is big like this, plus fraction 1 on the top and the same bracket but this time to the power of 2. Okay, and that gives me this decimal. So that whole bracket is approximately 1.5. I'm going to keep a lot of accuracy here, probably use the answer button. Okay, so A times this makes 1200. So to figure out A, I am going to divide by that decimal. I'm going to use the answer button to avoid having to retype the whole thing. Okay, and I've got £790 and 22 pence, but they want the answer to the nearest pound. So is that going to be closer to 790 or 791? I think it's going to be 790. Let me put down all the decimals just in case I've messed up my rounding. So rounded to the nearest pound, that is 790.